Welcome to my nightmare, the Alice Cooper song. Part, I don't even know what day I'm on, 7, 8. Anyway, I got the new catalytic converter in. Let's check her out. Ooh, Fisher Automotive. That's what the screen is supposed to look like. Nice. Nice new piping. It does not come with studs, but I went to Nissan and spent $8 for some new ones. It comes with a gasket for down here, really cheap. It's like cardboard, and this gasket for here, I guess. Here. Okay. So, luckily this has its own little heat shield, so I don't have to put that busted up piece of crap back on, because it doesn't have the bolt holes anyway. And we're going to get to it. I painted the original pipe with Rust-Oleum high heat. Here it is. Yeah, barbecue grill paint. It's good for up to 1200 degrees. It's just Rust-Oleum high heat, flat black. Painted all the exhaust with it. I usually do, so I don't have any issues. This pipe is still in really good condition. Yeah, it's black and it will stink when it heats up, but I have new O2 sensors front and rear. Here's the one for the back. I haven't even opened it yet. Watch it be the wrong part. The rubber. Nope, that's the right one with the rubber cap. The doohickey. And yep, there's the new rear O2 sensor. So we're going to do that. One thing I do want to do before I get started, I noticed that on the muffler itself, it came with a clamp, but they welded it on. I can't get this off. I'm going to replace this with a stainless steel one. So I'm going to have to get my grinder and grind the weld off so I can get that clamp off. And, yep. So here's another update. Didn't get anywhere. Check this out. So I went to Apple Nissan and got me the studs that I needed for the exhaust for the thing, but oh, look at this. They made it so you can use bolts. So guess what? Now I gotta go get some bolts for this damn thing, because I don't think these are gonna be long enough. But we can try them. I mean, if they fit, they're stainless, so that's even better for me. I wish I would have known. It would have saved me a trip, but I got these in advance. I ordered them. They were only $8, so I guess I'll use them for something someday. Okay. So what I've done here is I've put the new stainless bolts in from underneath, and I've ran them all the way through and back a couple times. There's one back here too somewhere. But just to run them through, make sure the threads are clean, and make sure they go in smooth. Now, this behind here is where I broke this stud off. And with the stainless, I'm hoping I won't have any more issues with removal. I am not Loctiting these. I do have a washer, but it's not a lock washer, because once the heat gets to these things from the manifold, from the exhaust gases, it's going to fuse them in. And they're grade 8 stainless, and I just got them at Lowe's, believe it or not, in their hardware section. So I'm going to run these through a couple more times. I did squirt them with oil, and it's just WD-40 in, just so I can clean out the threads a little bit, or clean out the passageway, make sure everything goes in and out smooth. And then we're going to do the, I'll wipe the grease off, and we'll do the converter mount on the front. I'm drinking a beer. Okay. Now, with, I know I say okay every time I turn the camera back on. With the bolts pre-gooped up, booyah, it's in. Even with the broken stud, or broken bolt from the old one. Piece of cake. One note, though, is, God, this thing doesn't fit this KDA 24. It must be for the V6 or something. This thing doesn't even go in the depression. I looked on the original catalytic converter on the manifold, and there was nothing there. It has a recession in it, and that side has like a dip in it, so they fit as one. There's no need for this crazy crush gasket or whatever it is, I don't know. So there we are. You can see now that it is in. So we're looking up. My broken stud is up here. You can see it through the sun glare. And so I got 4 of them in. They're stainless. They have just regular washers on them. They will tighten up. And it has a built-in heat shield, so I don't have to worry about the one I trashed. This one does not require studs. It uses bolts. So I have some stainless. I think, if so, they're going to be big ones. And, yeah, now's the time where I got to figure out what pipe I'm using. I'm probably using the factory original pipe. And it will hang. It'll go down here. It hangs off of this hanger. I did replace the 2 bolts. I ran one through the other side here. Just put a wrench on it and powered through. That one's nut was still fine, so it's in there. It's like on a rubber. It's on the back of the transmission mount. There is another hanger I have here. Just a metal hanger that I hang a normal pipe hanger off of. There's one in the back somewhere. I'm not even worried about that yet. So my next step is the front pipe, and mounted here. The catalytic converter, the secondary, will sit here, and I gotta figure out the mounts for that thing. Yes, I have a blue drive shaft. It was rusty, so when I was changing my bearing one time, I painted it blue, because that's the only color paint I had, and it's kind of the color of the truck, and you don't see it anyway. Alright, so let's get this pipe in and see if I have some bolts. So another update, this replacement pipe I didn't use came with this gasket. Or did it? No. My catalytic converter came with this gasket. It's supposed to go here, which it fits pretty good, right? On the other pipe, it was hanging out the bolts, so maybe they were made for each other, but I couldn't get it to fit. I did try it. Couldn't get it to fit inside. So I found some bolts. I do have some extra stainless ones, but they're for the catalytic converter, the back one. So I had 1 stainless bolt and 2 steels. So I put them on there. The other hanger that goes here, I'm going to have to buy a new one. The, of course, made in freaking China one, when it goes on, the bolt, it's not high enough to even get to the bolt. As you can see, I could elongate it, I guess, but, you know, they're like $4, so I'll just replace it. So what I did was this, I put the new catalytic converter on a piece of cardboard, because for some reason I don't want to scratch it or anything. I know it's going to get rusty and crusty, but for right now it's new. Just so I could line it up and make sure that everything's going to fit and it's going to gap right. I have some stainless steel bolts. It came with a gasket, which I'm going to attempt to put on. Alright, now's a good time to reinstall your O2 sensor. You want to do that. Oh, so I got them bolts on. Ouch, God. So I got the bolts on there, this pipe had that hanger thing, but I don't know where it bolted to, so I just used my original hose clamp. I ground off the built-in wrong size clamp on the muffler and hung the muffler over the little rubber thing up there somewhere. And now I gotta do the tailpipe. And that's like a clamp-on thing. I don't know how that's gonna work out. So that's where I'm at. And I'm trying to only use stainless steel pipe clamps. These are the ones that were on my car before, so this one is not. So this is the one I ground off because it wasn't stainless. This one is stainless that I painted black. This is just some old metal one. And right now I'm going to do, my O2 sensor, tighten that one up. I'm going to do the other one, plug it into the truck, button up the inside. And then I'll probably start it, check for leaks before I go doing the tailpipe. That's about it.